So this is why you should get one of my favorite reptiles in the world, the bearded dragon. This is my baby Firecracker. You might see him on all my socials and my YouTube, of course, and stuff of that nature. But this is my baby boy right here. He is a beast. I know he don't look like it right here, but this when I first got my boy, I got him back in, I think September of year before last, because he is a year old now. So I got him, and he's just doing his little basking right now, soaking up all that heat. When I first got him, that's why he has that little notch on his tail, a little marker to signify that he's a boy. But yeah, he's just soaking up all that heat right now. And then my first thing first, I said, let me get him in the warm bath. I wanted to make sure he was clean because I didn't know where he was coming from. I used a little old school toothbrush, got in his little crevices, got some some warm water, made sure it was warm for him because I know he came from a far place and stuff of the nature. And I know it was very cold. He's cold-blooded, so I know he's gonna be cold in the box, even though they had, stuff for him. But he was pretty calm. I was surprised when I first got him. He was not the type to run away. Certain times he'll get a little sketch and run away, but it wasn't always like often. All right, you just have to work with him. Whenever you have food, he was your best friend. So I was like, he had food, I would hold him. I try to get him out of the enclosure as much as possible. I didn't want him to be scared. Because you have some that are scared because you don't hold them, you don't get them out. I left him in there probably a little 2 weeks, just let him get used to his surroundings. But then by this second week, I just started doing this, holding him, making sure he was good and always okay. Sometimes I put him back in his enclosure and then I just see him get active. And I'm like, oh, you love this. And it's crazy how small he was. And now he's so big now, so he a year now, so he outgrew this enclosure already because he probably like 13 inches. Look how fast he did up there. But he about 13 inches, so he has a bigger enclosure coming. Stay tuned for that update because we're gonna do some bigger enclosure. And my boy would always eat. That's my biggest thing. That's what I loved about the bearded dragons, because they're kind of like dogs. They'll do anything for some food, some treat. You can train them, come over here, just wave a little worm in front of them or some food in front of them, and they will eat. But my boy was always eating. He was not a fan of the carrots, but collard greens, mustard greens, a little kale here and there, all the greens really, but no lettuce, of course, because there ain't nothing in that. But my boy loved that. I would always try to hand feed him too. My biggest thing was trying to hand feed him, because I wanted him to know my scent, know my smell. That's the same thing as scent. But no, my face, and just to know everything about my voice. He was not a fan of carrots, as you can see here. He was looking at me, and he's like, okay, picks something else up, and I'll eat this. Yes. But yeah, so he was not a fan of all that carrots and stuff like that, but you just have to find out what your bearded dragon like. But make sure you start them on vegetables. And so you can do your dubia roaches, you can do your crickets, you can do all that. Later on in the video, you'll see him with a big squishy worm. You can do your little horned worm. But make sure you getting them in their vegetable mode, because I would say from when they're little on probably like a year, they need to be eating the little vegetables, probably like 20% vegetables, and I would say 80% crickets. All right, crickets, dubia roach, or whatever that protein is, they need to be, because they need to grow. And then about a year, you need to switch it over to 80% vegetables and about 20% dubia roach, crickets, all that good stuff, treats and all that when it comes to their protein. So you make sure you start them early with the vegetables, so you won't have that issue of, oh, my bearded dragon not eating its vegetables, because you just been feeding it all these mice and all that, because they can't eat mice. So we're gonna stay tuned for a bearded dragon reptile giving the mice to Firecracker Day. I don't know when we're gonna do that video, but we're gonna do that video. But my boy was always eating. That's how I kept him coming to me, because he loved food. he still was still a little nervous around here. That's when he was trying to still get away from me. He was not all the way good with me. He was like, I kind of full right now, and I still don't know you like that. But I may or may not take this food, just depending on how I feel. But I never pushed it with him too much. Sometimes I was like, try something else, try a carrot or something else. He probably would lick it and stuff like that. But if he didn't eat it after the third try, I'm like, I'm just leave you alone, back off, and let you do your thing. And bath time. Always wanted to make sure my boy is clean. So your boy, well, your girl or your boy, I don't know what you get. I like the boy bearded dragons because I don't know about the egg binding stuff. I didn't know too much about it, so I didn't want to get that much information about it, to be honest. So that's why I was like, I'm just getting me a boy, not a girl, because I was scared about egg binding, getting stuck, and I lose my bearded dragon. And I was like, oh no. So that's why I got my boy. But stuck shed, you never want stuck shed. My boy's right here. He got his legs all has shed on, tail has shed on. As they're growing in their first year, they're going to be shedding like crazy. They're going to shed in parts and bits and pieces. They might have a little head shed, they might have a little arm shed, but you're going to have to soak them. You don't have to, but I like to. It's a little bonding time for you and your bearded dragon. Sometimes they might not like it, but they might love water. You don't know. You might get a bearded dragon that like that, but mine was just tolerant to it, to be honest. But he always make sure the water never came past his arms, his elbows, because you never want them to feel like they're drowning. You want them to still feel safe, and while they're soaking and stuff like that. And he's giving me the glare, evil glare, like, why are you doing this to me, father? But when he got older, he started liking it a little bit better. Come on. I think you love me. I love you. Tell him to say it. I want to make sure you're good. Oh no, you want to start with me. Calm down with the breathing, man. Another thing, I always want to make sure my bearded dragon knows how real sun feels. So get your bearded dragon out there in enclosure, and don't just have them in the house. Let them get them real sun rays when the sun is out and my dog is out here. I'll just socializing my bearded dragon, get my bearded dragon used to being outside, used to hearing dogs bark, seeing my dog run, being outside with my goats Mac and Roni. Looking at Luna, getting their smells, not being nervous around them, because I didn't want my bearded dragon being scary around a lot of stuff. I don't like the bearded dragon that just jumps for every single thing. And Firecracker is not one of those, because I started him early. I got him early, let him start being around all this happening, all hearing and smelling all this, and he surprisingly most times did good. He sometimes would flatten like a pancake and get scared when he saw things, and sometimes turn his head up when he saw like a shadow overhead. But overall, he really did good. Just looked at macaroni and just do the head button thing, and he just really was chill. So 9 times, look, Mac like, what is that? Is that food, Daddy? And Maroney's like, no, get away from him. But yeah, so 9 times out of 10, this is your best reptile to get is a bearded dragon, because you can just do this type of stuff with them, chilling with it on your shoulder, watch your movie with them. And that was another thing that I did do with my bearded dragon as well. Watch 30-minute episode with my bearded dragon in my hand. He probably would be like squirming when I first got him, but about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he realized, oh, about 5 minutes, he realized he ain't going nowhere. So now he's like, he'll probably go to sleep in my hands and stuff like that, or my arm, whatever. But he would just really get used to you being around your smell and realize that you are not a threat. They're not amusing to you. Yeah, let me get away from them. Get it. Y'all get it? Yeah, you right there. There we go. Got it. Got some more hides under there. I'm about to get them. Set this over for you, buddy. There we go. There you go. Get that. There you go. My boy loved crickets, but he loved his hornworms way better. I think this is one of the times I was trying him, seeing if he actually would like his hornworms. And I was just dangling, and he was like, what was that? What was that? And I gave it to him. And first he was like, I don't know about this. But about the second time, he was like, okay, this is actually pretty scrumdiddlyumptious. But I don't know. I was playing with him. I was trying to see what all he would do for this. My boy really loved this way better than he loved those crickets and stuff of that nature. Which you'll find that your bearded dragon will like that. Oh, that is disgusting. You'll find your bearded dragons will eat this up like it's the best thing ever. It is full of water. So if they needed some hydration, perfect thing for hydration. Another thing perfect for hydration is their salads. He had a little shed on his face looking like a little mask, but he, like I said, enjoyed eating his salads. I had sprinkled some of that good old-fashioned calcium. That's the little white powder you see all over his little mustard greens. I think those are collards. No, those are, I don't know. They all start looking like the same. After a while, he started seeing me record. He's like, what you looking at? But my boy would always eat good. I couldn't have a better bearded dragon. He got used to everything pretty fast, and he was never bitey. I never ever seen his beard turn black and it swell up like the bearded dragon, what they're known for and stuff like that. Mine never did that. He was just a very chill bearded dragon. Got real lucky when it came to him. boy was all colored up, looking good right here. He was all done shedding. This is real true color. That's where I got that firecracker. He just watching my dogs play in the background. That's why he wouldn't want his greens right then. He's like, what they doing? Want to make sure they all okay. But yeah, my boy was looking good, fired up. Even his little beard was all red and orange. And right here, he's back in the bathtub. Now he's bigger, not caring too much about the the tail is up, but he's not caring too much about the water, not trying to get out as often as he used to. He just loves a good soak from time to time, and sometimes, all right, as the face can show you, he's not really liking all the time, but I see a little smile, a little smirk on my birthday boys, and then he blink like what? But yeah, so my boy is used to being clean because I want him to get used to all aspects going out. We about to go run some errands. He's about to go with me now, but he still loves his little enclosure. He doesn't even know what's about to come. He's about to get a 5x4. It's the big Zoo Med enclosure. I think it's 5x4x4 or something 8x4. I don't know, but it's bigger than his 40-gallon that he's in now. So it's gonna be a complete upgrade. So watch out for a video of that upgrade because it's gonna be a banger. Because I'm gonna go all out for him. He deserves it. But yeah, he sometimes likes to eat. It really just depends on how he feels. But sometimes I like to practice picking him up as well because I don't want him to be startled if I have to pick him up a different type of way. So sometimes I just sit him in his enclosure, pick him up, and put him back down. And that's something that you can practice with your dogs, with your bearded dragon. I'm so used to dog training. With your bearded dragon as well, practice picking them up and putting them down, so letting them get used to you and stuff like that. So right now he's like, wait, what was that? And he's like, okay, you're not a threat. And I just make sure you're picking them up the right way. Support them underneath their belly so their tail don't do the whip. You only got good on your face. And now him standing on his, I call it pride rock or pride branch, whatever you want to call it. Reminds me of Lion King, but he looks so big in this enclosure. But the enclosure is pretty big. It's a 40-gallon, but my boy is 13 inches now, so he getting up there. So he's needing that upgrade. So I really can't wait for that to come. And look at him enjoying looking down at that food and stuff like that. So he gonna come off that branch, come down off of that and eat that, devour the food in a minute. He just was like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get down there. And once he figured out how he got down there, that's when that food got devoured. So all in all, I feel like, look at him actually looking at Raya and Raya looking at him. But all in all, I feel like you should get a bearded dragon. They're a cool, easy reptile to have. They're pretty easy to take care of. They're not expensive. Primarily at the beginning, they are a little bit expensive, but throughout their lifespan, they're not really expensive when it comes to insects and vegetables and stuff like that. So hopefully I have got you over to the reptile side, and I look forward to seeing you, and Firecracker, look forward to seeing you in one of my later videos. All right, see you later. Bye.